We all know what it's like. Down and out on life. And sometimes it just helps to have a few good friends around you to pick up your spirits. And that's why, with the One Homeless app, we'll be able to connect you with a lot of people who need your help. And we can be mutually beneficial.
There's bees everywhere and I itch.
The One Homeless app is exactly what you're going to need if you need a group of people to join up with you and get something done together. Do you need more people to like your Facebook? Do you need some friends to go out to the hibachi restaurant because they won't just turn on the stove for one person?
I just need to lay down a little bit. Wow.
Or is it something more like you need to fill up a party? Show you have other friends. Well, the One Homeless app will connect you with as big of a crowd as you need for as long of a time as you need them.
So itchy.
The social experience is in your fingertips. Just ask some of our fellow friends, like David.
Fucking dirty. Huh?
Hey David, why don't you tell me about the One Homeless app?
Oh, I need money real bad. Can you help me out? You got a nickel for a bus?
And see, David's more than happy to spend some time with you. Why don't you tell him some of your interests, David?
Not starving.
And see, with the One Homeless app, you can connect with people who share similar interests with you. Thanks so much, David. One Homeless app is available on Android and iOS devices, and you can also just connect your Facebook account to onehomelessapp.com.
Give me your purse!
One Homeless. One Homeless.
Are you bored at the mall? Sick of the movies? Why don't you come to the magazine stand where you can shoot the place up? We've got an indoor gun range with an array of pieces. We got Uzis, bazookas, grenades if you want them. If you pay us enough, you can shoot a hooker. Anyway, it's in the mall, fully safe, guards strapped to the gills. It's the safest place in the mall. Matter of fact, come to us if there's any goddamn trouble. We'll shoot that shit. Stick the gun right up his ass. Anyway, we have a membership too. You can pay us $69 and we won't shoot. Come on in, it's a deal. It's a steal. Reload these savings and take 5. Thank you and good night.
Hello? Yes? It's me, Jordan Peterson, here to tell you about the Hanky Pancreas Cabana Retreat. You're in for a real retreat at the Cabana Retreat. Here, dating and black market organs are arm's length away. Just at your fingertips, if you so have it. And while you're here, you can steal hearts. And before you come here, there's a couple things you might want to know. Keep your eyes on the prize and follow your nose. Are you looking for a girl with big brains and thick skin? Well, you'll find her here at the Hanky Pancreas Cabana Retreat. Talk about future kidneys. Some people are so nervous they get sick to their stomachs, and now they can let that be a thing of the past, as they can trade the feeling in their stomach to gather the nerves to fall in love. Liver, I hardly even know her, but you can get to know her and her liver, if you so choose, here at the Hanky Pancreas Cabana Retreat. And if you don't believe me, just ask some of our delicious testimonials.
Look, when it came to love, I was just trying to get my foot in the door. But it just never came. I had to resort to trying to stealing hearts. But I'm just trying to find a suitor to suture, you know what I mean?
So come on down to the Hanky Pancreas Cabana Retreat and have a treat. A retreat, that is, and be sure to retweet your experiences here at the Hanky Pancreas Cabana Retreat.
I need organs.
He needs organs, and you're born with organs. A smorgasbord of organs. Delicious. You'll be a hit. You'll never feel fitter, and you'll be not only in love, but completely filled, full, and fulfilled at the Hanky Pancreas Cabana Retreat.
You don't have to esophagus.
The name of that podcast is brought to you by the History Channel, A&E, and Confederate Letters. Yeah, shut up, incels. Get a life!
Lock the fucking car.
Please say nigga right now.
Hi, Sexy Tyler.
I veils the Vegas, and vias veally vault those vasty vasals.
My mummies will protect us while you throw it.
Eat that shit, Banks! The name of this podcast, that podcast, fuck.
Oh, they're done already? I knew it.
Hey, you're listening to the name of that podcast with Alton and Eddie and Danny again.
Hi, guys.
She's back. Can't keep a good hoe down. You know?
Can't keep her up either, apparently.
Hell yeah, can't keep her up either.
You're in the same room?
Yeah, we're in the same room.
Oh my
Hello,
god.
darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, so we actually figured out a cheat code for coronavirus. It's not going to cure it or anything, but it definitely gets around a lot of stuff. See, you know, they say don't leave your house, right?
Oh, no.
But if you just go to the same places every day, it's fine.
You're immune.
Yeah, so we practically have each other's germs. So if we're going to get coronavirus, it'd be from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it works out. I don't feel bad about it. The name of that podcast, as always, is brought to you by smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana will make it look like you have trouble seeing.
You ain't shit. That's just you.
Yeah, I mean, I got high cheekbones. What can I say? And speaking of high, the name of that podcast is also brought to you by High Fiber Diets. High Fiber Diets, lots of carbs, roughage, vegetables, high protein. Oh, tons of prunes. But it's all good. It's American made, and that's what it's all about here at the name of that podcast. Speaking of America,
Oh.
what's up? Did you guys hear Bernie Sanders suspended his campaign for president?
Why would you like to pain me on record?
Yeah, you can still vote for him because he's
Yeah.
not out. He's just suspended. You know?
Sounds like me in high school.
Yeah, have you ever been suspended from class, Eddie?
yep.
Yeah, out of school suspension never really teaches a lesson as far as I'm concerned.
Especially if
Well,
your
what I
parent
did
thought
is-
you were in the right.
What'd you do to
You would
get...
collect offenses, right, to get in the school suspension. But if you just don't go to those, they add up to an OSS. Would you want to cash that in then?
Well, yeah, exactly. So, like, whenever you just get assigned detention, don't go.
Yeah.
And then they're just
exactly.
like, why don't you just stay home then? You're like, thank you.
That's all I was asking for.
Now I can do all the stuff that got me detention without getting detention.
I know. Peace and
Here's
quiet.
your feedback.
Amen to that. But, hey, Eddie,
Oh no.
Yeah.
what have you been doing to stay safe during the quarantine?
I'm playing video games
Yeah.
and not moving.
Yeah, that's pretty much the mood.
Have you been washing your hands?
Watching what?
All of it.
Your hands, you dick beaters.
Oh. Washing it. Yes.
Washing!
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I've also been doing all that stuff too. I just moved into my new place, so now the name of that podcast is currently being recorded in the heart of the ghetto, and that's what's up.
That plantation, man.
Yeah, I got off the plantation, got back to where the real niggas operate.
Right.
Reunited and it feels
Yeah.
so good.
I assume that's what they do here. They operate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's an operation in my apartment complex, but I don't give a shit. Well, that's the end of
Dot,
that.
dot,
I really like that we're all done with that conversation.
Well, I have a comment, but you said I couldn't say it.
Yeah. You know, and we're out here. I gotta tell you, man, being... What are you saying?
I said we're out here too.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, being really high doing this podcast, it's something of an experience. It's an eye-opener. Right, Danny?
What's
I
going on?
guess. This is my second time here. I don't know what I'm in for.
Yeah, so hey, Danny, why don't you tell them why you do the name of that podcast? I think that'll really inspire a lot of young podcast listeners to one day take the helm of the future podcasts, you know, when we're old fucks, you know, and be other podcast people. Because the name of that podcast is for the children. It's one of our core values.
Oh, yeah.
children.
I am a child of God.
Nice. And as a child of God, do you have some doubts about the afterlife?
Oh, don't do that.
Oh,
Yeah, all of it.
sounds
all of
like
it,
sounds
all
like
of
a
the
hard
doubts.
yes, and I think
all
that's
of the
fair.
doubts.
I think it's okay to have doubts, you know. We've all
How
had,
you know it's not a yes is because people that say yes would just say yes.
yeah, exactly. And then, like, you know, the really stupid people, they'll just be like flat out no conversation about it.
How dare you question me?
Yeah, you know, I think the best way to be is like, hey, you know, maybe. And I think the reason that I feel this way is because I've had a parent in my life, you know? And I've been disappointed tons of times. I'm sure we've all been disappointed by a parent, so who's to say God won't, you know?
He is supposed to be a father.
He is daddy.
I just say if there is one, he's not doing a great job.
Yeah, if I were
Daddy's
to
doling
give,
out the punishment,
if I were to
guys.
give God a 360 reflective,
He got cigarettes so bad.
yeah, he
Like, when he
got
comes back.
he got cigarettes so hard he's never gonna stop smoking.
I didn't know.
It's wild.
That's where the size comes from.
So I was watching this documentary this evening before we started recording, and have you guys ever heard of Phoenix Jones?
No.
No.
He's a fucking vigilante from Seattle. He like decks himself up in armor and shit, and like actually goes. Yeah, he goes and finds crime and shit, right?
Because he loves Seattle.
He pepper sprayed once a group of people that were just dancing in the street.
He's maced up.
Yeah.
Why?
Total misunderstanding. He thought there was a crime happening.
He thought it was West Side Story and he was preventing a murder.
Yeah.
When you have a
dancing
jet,
permit?
you have a jet on the run.
Fucking A. But, so this was back in like 2010, 2012 when it was really a thing on the internet. And it was a real thing in real life. You know, apparently there's like 300 superheroes in America.
There was a Law and Order episode about it.
Most of them hand out sandwiches.
Yep.
Yeah, according to Phoenix Jones, he says they're not real life superheroes, they're real life sandwich handlers. And I'm just like,
I'm a
wow,
real life sandwich handler.
what a diss.
They all do Grubhub at the same time. Like they do.
Yeah, superheroes that also do DoorDash.
Yeah.
But the reason why I brought it up, it gets really ironic after that. So back in late 2019, Phoenix Jones got busted selling drugs.
You either
Molly,
die the hero or you live long enough
Molly
to
and
see yourself be the
ecstasy,
villain.
and cocaine.
No, those were his sidekicks.
That's Harvey Dent.
He had to fund a superhero venture somehow.
I mean,
So we got City of Heroes for PC.
Yeah, exactly. Seattle, Washington is the first city that you go to, and then there's expansions.
Yep.
It's big. The name of that podcast is sponsored by them.
Are they?
We are. We just got the call.
Oh.
I got the text message.
Wow.
Yep, sure did. Did you
I
say
heard
something?
it.
Did you say something, Danny?
I sure did.
What'd you say?
I don't know.
What'd you say? We shouldn't sing licensed music on the name of that podcast. We'll get in trouble. We'll get sent to YouTube prison. Have to drop soap and video tutorials.
Is that gonna be a special
Isn't that what happened to
episode, by the way?
Jacksepticeye?
An episode that's just like, hey man, we got our license.
Now, should we tease the
To
band
kill?
in Japan?
What'd you say?
The band in Japan, should we tease this?
No, I want to do that. Fuck, man. So
Quarantine's got the well running dry.
yeah, this quarantine's got me fucking bugging out, man. I've just been waking up at 11 every day and like doing chores, which take like half an hour. Then I'll light 2 incense,
2.
2, and then I'll turn on electronics.
You are a creature of habit.
It's weird, man. So Danny thinks that I'm autistic.
First of all,
Yeah.
you voiced that opinion to me first.
Yeah, so she said that because I've said that I'm autistic, that she thinks that I'm autistic.
I saw some credence to the theory.
So I'm chilling, minding my own business, playing Tetris last night. And, we were playing Tetris last night. I can't leave her out of the story. She was there too, playing Tetris. But, not as good as I was. and I was really showing out and just playing Tetris. It's going super fast, and she's watching, barely able to keep up. And she's just like, yeah, you're autistic. Just comes out of nowhere. Attacks me.
That wasn't an attack!
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, look at you. All up into your game, passionate about something you're good at. Idiot.
I just want you to know you're the problematic one in this conversation. I
And-
mean, I might
and
be
I'm
a
just
tad
sitting
problematic.
here.
I can't quote here nor there on that.
And I'm just sitting here like, why can't we all just enjoy what we like without getting called autistic?
You ate shit.
Not progressive enough, you know? And, you know, it's weird, Eddie. It's a weird day on Earth, which is what I like to call hell. So it's a weird, and what happens to be a cold day in hell when I'm the more progressive one in a conversation.
Bro, I was wearing shorts last night.
Yeah.
Today was a cold day in hell. It was fucking snowing.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I open my eyes at like 6:30, right? And I'm like, I look out the crack of the top of my window, and I'm like, no, it's not snowing. I just go right back to sleep. I got the sleep. I got the sleep in my eye, you know. I wake up at 11, and I got messages on my phone that are like, oh man, you see this weather outside? I'm like, oh fuck, look at this fucking weather. No. So I just stayed in the house all day.
I'm essential.
That's the kind of shit that makes you think weather machines are real. They're like, oh, look at all this snow. They need everybody in the house.
Dude, deadass yesterday when it was that Krusty Krab pizza weather, I was sitting there like, bro, that shit was throwing me.
It was, dude. I had to walk to my guy's house yesterday, my dealer, and I was getting pushed around by the wind. I was getting bullied listening to my Game of Thrones audiobook. Mother Nature was like, hey, look at you, nerd, listening to Game of Thrones, nerd, and then pushed me from behind.
Did you Joe Biden and punch down at him?
I couldn't punch down at Mother Nature. She was, it's really
Just
hard
hit
to
the
box.
ground.
It's
Just
hard
hit
to
the
box
ground.
God with your arms so short, you know?
You're on book 2, right?
Yeah, I'm on book 2 of Game of Thrones. Suck a dick, everybody who's not listening to it. Yeah, you should feel personally attacked.
You should. I fully
An
endorse
affront
this
to your
message.
culture.
I endorse this message.
Sure, and fuck your brother's dick.
Yep, there you go. And here's the thing about the incest in Game of Thrones. It's so far, it's really only like 2 people doing it, right? But like 2 people doing all of the incest in the story right now, I think that's a really good metric.
Yeah, like.
I think it goes up to 3.
It might go up to 3. That's an odd number.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Well, I'm on book 2, and where I am in book 2 is Arya and Gendry and...
No, wait, it might go to
What?
4.
Oh, 4? Maybe.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me at this rate.
Are we talking in the, hold on. Are we talking in the story? No spoilers.
I'm talking in the show.
Oh,
Okay, well, we'll get to the show. I stopped watching the show because I got too far ahead because the show and the book cover things at different times.
I hate when the manga falls too far.
Yeah, so I had to stop watching the show so I can like absorb more detail from the book so I could understand what I was seeing more.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's still good. I like Hodor. He's a pretty chill dude. He looks like he likes Tetris quite a bit too.
you ain't shit for that. You really ain't shit for that whole comment.
Yeah, but who do you think would win in Tetris, Eddie? Me or Hodor?
Hodor.
Be honest. You don't gotta impress me. You don't gotta like, you know, be biased.
I think Hoarder wouldn't know what to do because he's probably never seen a video game console in his life.
Yeah, that's a real pragmatic approach. So you guys heard it here first. The name of that podcast will feature Alton versus Hodor in a game of Tetris. And
Giant showdown.
we'll find out which big man commands the bricks the best.
Ow.
He'd be good at Left 4 Dead, though.
Yeah, he'd be really good at Left 4 Dead.
Great, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, I know he dies because the show's over.
Alona got him before the door shut.
I'll just say this: a giant developmentally disabled man dies.
Spoilers.
Yeah, so far that's been like 8 people. Let's be real.
Bum.
One of the show writers?
Yeah, the
No,
author.
they're still alive, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
Still in hiding from what I can tell.
I hear they're begging for change now since they can't get work.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
Shun!
Shame.
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 Anybody have a bell? Shame.
Shame.
We'll edit a bell in though.
Shame.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, post-production.
Shame.
Though. Oh man, guess what I saw yesterday, Eddie?
What?
I saw what Jamie looked like on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I seen him.
Yeah, I'd never seen him before.
Like a guy.
Yeah, he was so
Like a guy.
The person that I imagined wore a hat, and the Jamie that I saw wore a hat. So it
Okay.
was really crazy that I was able to figure that out from just his voice.
So the Jamie I imagined also looked like the Eddie I imagined, and both of them were incorrect. But the Eddie I imagined was closer to the imagining.
So you heard
Or
you
the
heard
real
it here
thing.
first, listeners of the podcast. Danny thought that Jamie and Eddie looked the same, and she was
Yeah.
mostly wrong.
Yeah.
But she was right about Eddie, which means she thought that Jamie looked like Eddie,
Yeah.
Okay.
based on nothing but their voices.
Yeah.
Like, I bet I'm right here.
Yeah, but here's something that you can't deny: Jamie and Eddie are both definitely white.
Yep.
Yep. And you can't tell that. Yeah, you can't tell that from the voice, but you can tell it by the way Eddie doesn't say the N-word.
Yeah.
Big time.
Non-problematic fave.
I will drop a hard cracker, though.
Oh shit.
Oh,
that's pretty.
oh, such
That's
a-
pretty problematic.
Oh my god, one of my favorite jokes in the Proud Family was when they said something about there was a duck involved the Gross sisters were trying to mug up, and they said something about shut up, Polly, and Zoe was like, I ain't saying nothing, and my name is Zoe, and they go, we were talking to the quacker, and she goes, but I'm, and then it cuts off.
That's amazing.
Wow.
I love the race jokes in the Proud Family too.
That shit just, I don't remember seeing that as a kid, so I saw that and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, here's a Proud Family joke that I just got the other day, Eddie. Did you watch the Proud Family growing up at all? I know you were like a teenager or maybe an adult when the Proud
I
Family
was
was
like
on.
off Disney Channel by the time.
Okay, so the Proud Family was pretty much a black family, right? You know what I'm talking about here.
I saw the commercials. Yeah.
All right, so now that you're up to speed, there's a character. Her name is La Cienega Boulevardes.
And her mother's name is Sunset.
Yeah, her mom's name is Sunset Boulevardes. Yeah,
That was such an on-the-nose joke that my child brain did not get.
on the nose like a clown's nose, you know.
Yeah. Like, ha ha.
Honka honka.
Burning love.
Yeah, but the Proud Family was definitely a story that needed to be told, you know.
It was a good
Yeah.
story.
There was
It's
the
a prequel to the Boondocks, right?
no, but yeah,
Oh.
What? What did he say?
prequel to the Boondocks, but it
Was
wasn't.
that a bit?
I don't know.
Yes.
Wait, shit.
Yeah. Nah, we good out here. We out here chilling in quarantine, locked in our houses,
Well, your house.
under the threat of martial punishment. Hey, listeners in the name of that podcast, please don't forget to have safe sex while you're quarantined. I'm not saying that having safe sex is safer so you won't get coronavirus. I'm just saying having sex is important while you're quarantined.
I don't want to see a whole bunch of babies in 10 months.
No, you won't see babies. Yeah, exactly, because they'll be having safe sex indoors.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do the safe sex. I don't want to see it.
Yeah. It seems birth control's the way to go if you're really trying to raw dog. But
Y'all better stack up on that plan B.
yeah, I for one have condoms at my desk, and that's not a joke.
That's not a joke. He just ruffled him, guys.
I just ruffled my condoms.
Wow.
Like a peacock.
Yeah. And speaking of ruffles, we'll be raffling off condoms on the name of that podcast to the top comment on YouTube.
A condom riffle raffle?
Yeah, a common riffle raffle. For the common riff raff to raffle, riff about our raffles.
I'm not even going to try and join in on that shit. Y'all ain't getting me.
For our common or condom.
Bro, you're going to summon something. Stop. You're going to summon the fucking ghost of Theodore Geyser.
No, I'm gonna summon the inventor of lifestyle condoms. So far, they're my favorites.
Oh, you mean the lifestyle we not trying to live? The lifestyle of parenthood?
Right, exactly. I like lifestyle condoms because they're like, hey, don't you have a lifestyle that you're trying to maintain? Question mark. They're like, don't let a little bit of Don't let a little bit of fucking get in the way of what you really want. Pussy. Or dick.
The game of, the game
All
of
inclusive
life
here
should
at
come
the
with a
name of that
condom.
podcast. What?
What'd you say, buddy?
It says the game of life should come with a condom.
Oh, bro, I got a really good Game of Life story. I
Oh,
don't think I've ever told this one. This is a good one. So I'm playing the Game of Life. It's myself, my younger siblings, my sister and brother, right? It wasn't 4 people. It was 2 people. 2 other people. Sorry. Anyway.
Okay.
So it's me, my younger siblings, my brother, and my sister, right? We're playing the Game of Life, and you know how, like, you land on spaces? That means you have kids.
Yeah.
Alright, so, my sister landed on that space more than the 4 times that you're supposed to.
Oh no.
Or that you're allowed, I should say, because the game lets you land on it as many times as you can manage. Anyway.
Yeah.
So her car is full. She has a 5th kid, and she's like, "Oh shit, I got this 5th kid." And I don't have any kids yet. Me and my wife are just cruising in this Game of Life. I think I got a modest. I'm making a modest dollar, you know, but I ain't got no expenses, you know. And I'm like, "Hey, sis, I'll take care of your kid, and you just pay me child support."
Oh no. That's some of the most booger shit I ever heard in my life.
So the terms of it were that
You want a kid?
I invested in a kid.
Did he
So
become an athlete?
every time that she got paid, she'd give me a 5%, which is super reasonable. She's like, "Cool." No.
I just imagine you're calling your character and you're like, "You said you'd give me money this month, you son of a bitch.
Don't make me get the courts involved, Larry.
So it was definitely
I'll slap your
10%.
kid for every day you don't pay me."
It was definitely 10%. I was trying to make myself look good.
You ain't shit.
All right, so game's going on. I'm making a little bit of extra cheddar, taking care of this kid. My sister has another kid.
Oh no!
And of course, her car is full. You know what that means. Hey, this time she asked me if I can take care of her kid. And I'm just like,
Oh, I can't keep doing this, Marsha.
no, I was just like,
He's
yeah.
like, "I know this good service that takes your kids."
You're like the Pokemon daycare.
So she already knew the drill, you know, 10%, you know. So now I'm making 20% of her salary.
Are the kids at least leveling up?
And what's really funny about that game, you get really cool jobs in the Game of Life, but for some reason she was like in between jobs constantly, and she wasn't getting a good spin of the wheel, you know.
Simulating a
This is all
baby daddy.
metaphorical.
But I'm literally just the uncle to these 2 kids, raising them. They graduate. I fucking retire with mad money, and it takes my my other 2 siblings like 10 more turns to get to the end than I did.
She's dead and still working.
This is soul crushing.
It was the craziest Game of Life I've ever played.
You ever take the little babies and the little figurines and put them in the spinner and just launch it?
No, but I wish I had.
Nah, I feel like that's a more accurate representation of the Game of Life.
Yeah, because I always did that, and I didn't know if that was something everyone did.
No, you gotta put them, guys. You gotta put them in your Hot Wheels and then send them launching. Cause life is a highway.
You guys better stop fucking up your toys, or your parents aren't gonna buy you more. Is what I was told.
I didn't fuck them up.
Anyway, I watched, speaking of wealth disparity, I watched Parasite today.
That's,
Oh, did you?
It was really good. It's on Hulu. The name of that podcast isn't sponsored by Hulu, but the name of this talking point certainly was.
But we'd like to be.
Nah, I can go either way about Hulu.
I'm inviting you sponsors.
No. Stay over there, Hulu. You don't want this. You don't want this. You don't want what we've got going on here. We're cooking up some real bad shit.
I saw the movie in theaters when that was safe to do.
Parasite?
Yeah,
How'd you
When
like it?
that was safe to do.
I liked it a lot.
No, it was really good. What a twist at the end. Danny hasn't seen it yet. She has all intentions to.
I'll just say this.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You ain't shit!
See, what's funny is that Danny really wanted something to go off of, but it's better to go in blind. It's so good. I want you to enjoy the movie the same way everybody else did. So you'll be over tomorrow?
Probably.
Yeah, we'll watch Parasite. I'll watch it a second time.
Actually, wait, no, I close tomorrow.
Ha
I'm staying my ass home.
ha. Ha.
I'm essential.
Yeah, a king dies.
The king died.
Gets his fucking head lopped. Clean the fuck off.
Okay,
his
so when you
shoulders.
said that, I was confused because my ex had a foster brother named a King, and I was like, what?
A king?
Yeah, what'd you say?
What?
Who dies?
A king dies.
Okay. Oh. Dot.
Thanks a lot. The name of that podcast brought to you by Stupid Idiots named Elton and Danny. It's a it's a buddy comedy.
Oh.
It's a sports movie.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah, we're putting the end zone and friend zone.
Listen, all I'm saying is if you see me running, you run two in the opposite direction. I'm being chased.
It's football. That's football. You got it.
I haven't played football in so long. I miss it.
Man, I really thought I'd have more to say about that vigilante who sold drugs to people.
Oh my god, did you ever hear about the grandmother who got arrested? She was like, I want to say 70 something, and she got arrested for selling crack. Or no, she got arrested for selling coke. And when asked why she did it, she said she did it so her grandbabies didn't have to, and so they could have an education.
Then she got out, right?
I have no idea.
Then she got pardoned, right?
I have no idea.
And then
I doubt it. Not in this justice
She
system.
probably had to kill someone. That's why.
You think Mr. Granny got him?
Vigigranny.
That's a movie.
Oh, it already is a movie.
Oh.
Yeah, if you listen to the name of that podcast and you're a faithful listener, thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Kenny.
Right.
That's it.
You know what?
Yeah, you'll know all about Vigigranny. And if you don't know about Vigigranny, you can check out our 2-part special featuring hashtag Team Tyler Hewitt.
Ugh.
Eat, Pray, Meow, I think it's called.
I love those.
Yeah, those are really good. We have a good time here on the name of that podcast. Speaking of good times, we're going to take a quick commercial break so you can actually get some good content. Take it away, sponsors. I don't know what we're going to do.
I don't know, dear, but we gotta do something.
Zimmerman from Flat Point High.
Hey there, Zimmerman.
That's it.
Yeah, so this is Eli Johnson's parents. How you doing?
Oh, hi, Eli Johnson. Both of the parents?
Yeah, we're both here on the line.
As much as we would like not to be.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's been 3 weeks since the school's been closed now with the COVID-19 business going on.
yes, I am afraid so.
Yeah, it's been really stressful. Hey, you were telling me about Eli being a problem student at school, and I want to sincerely apologize. Both me and my husband would like to sincerely apologize for the way that we reacted to the way you described our son. Suffice it to say, you're absolutely right. My son has been nothing short of a menace, having no school to go to. He stole my bra. He stole my good bra.
Oh,
He tried to wear my jock strap as a headgear.
I don't even know what he needs these things for.
me either. Well, that's terrible. He didn't do anything like that. He just broke a few water fountains.
It's insane. He likes pulling pranks with us here during the quarantine. Last night, when my husband and I were asleep, we hear a banging. Maybe you want to tell him the story.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
No, I'm sorry. This is Eli's mom.
Yes, carry on. Yes.
Please don't
I'm sorry.
please don't do that. Don't. I've had enough of this. Eli always makes fun of his mother for being more masculine than her father.
Just because I can't grow a beard.
Yeah, just because my husband can't grow a beard and has larger, more voluptuous breasts than I do.
I'm gonna just
Though
call you
not by
Ben.
much, dear. Not by much.
So,
As they were saying,
yeah, so, why don't you tell him about what Eli did last night?
I caught him. He was trying to hang from the ceiling and jump into the fish tank like in a cartoon. And
wow.
when he was a child, these things were okay. But for a 17-year-old boy, I just don't think that's okay.
What are you guys teaching him there, huh? What are you teaching my son?
Well, let me ask you this: do you have Tom and Jerry playing on replay?
What does he know about girls?
What?
What have you been teaching my son about girls?
Well, what do you mean?
He clearly doesn't respect women.
Oh,
You should see the way he talks to me, his mother, and the way he looks at his father.
Honestly, it makes me feel unsafe in my own home.
I don't know what we're going to do. Can we send him back? When can we send our son back to you?
I don't. I'm afraid that we don't have any programs for awareness of sexuality or anything like that at the moment.
Well, can he clean the gym or something?
We'll pay you.
We're really at our wits' end here.
We need him to let off some of this energy. It's not okay anymore.
Oh, I think that's him now. Zimmerman, if he asks, this conversation never happened.
Please, we're scared.
We love our son, but we will not hesitate to defend ourselves.
Madam, I'm sorry. I mean no harm.
First of all,
what can I do to help?
First of all,
Can you come get him?
Huh?
He's coming. No, son, nothing.
Not the knife.
Hey there, young man. Come on down to Young Man's Pizzeria. Get yourself some pizza and stay for the good customer service.
It's a taste like no other, and I thank you for your patronage, young man.
There are so many different slices. We got pepperoni, sausage, broccoli, and garlic.
We got pizza that doesn't even look like pizza.
We got calzones, antipasto, lasagna, ziti, Sprite, Coca-Cola. We got everything. Come on down, young man.
We got a station to fill your heroin needles before you make a trip back out.
Hey, that bathroom's for customers only, you son of a bitch!
Hey, you fuck.
Tony, get him! Get him, Tony!
Tony, I'm very high-strung.
Vinny, get him! Come on down to Young Man's Pizzeria. Get yourself the use.
Get a slice,
We'll know you by first name and last name.
or we'll kill you.
You'll need protection from Young Man's Pizzeria, young man. Thank you so much for your patronage. We're very blessed to have you as a valued customer here at Young Man's Pizzeria.
Break his fucking legs.
Hey, what's good, Sons of Scotland? I am Barkley.
We heard Barkley was 7 feet tall.
Yeah, I heard. Heard he kills men by the hundreds if he were consumed in English with fireballs from his eyes, bolts of lightning from his ass and shit. I'm Barkley, and I see a whole army of niggas here in defiance of tyranny. You come to fight as free men, and free men you are. What would you do without freedom? Well, you fight, hey! Fight you may die, running you'll live like a bitch. And dying in our beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all of this from day to day, just one chance to come back here and tell our enemies they may take our lives, but they'll never take our motherfucking freedom? You heard me, cuz?
Oh,
That's right, that's moving, right? Haha, that's moving as fuck. Hey, yo, Banks! Talk that shit!
here I go.
Yeah! Fucking it up! Yeah, that's my nigga Banks! Yeah, y'all motherfuckers inspired now. That's the fuck I thought.
Now we're just the feet.
Oh shit! You keep playing with feet! Oh! Walk that shit, Banks!
Oh, yeah.
Walk that shit! Yeah, motherfucker, we going into battle now, niggas. We fight for Scotland. You heard that shit? You heard that shit? You hear that beat, nigga? Yeah, Scottish people do rap too. What's good? What's good? What's really good, niggas? Let's go take it. Let's go take it, baby. Game time. What time is it? Game time. Banks, what time is it?
Time for brunch.
That's right. And then they went on to win their glorious battle against Bradley, Cooper, and their tyrannical rule over Scotland, and they will never be forgotten. Banks and Barkley, legendary warriors.
And we're back. You're listening to the Name of That podcast with Alan and Eddie and Danny. What's your sound?
Huh?
All right, yeah. So we're chilling out in quarantine. Technically, Danny and I, we are doing what we're calling a joint quarantine.
Smoking a joint quarantine?
Yeah, we smoke a bunch together, but we'll just hang out at each other's houses.
Only each other's house.
Pretty exclusively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it helps when you're literally a 3-minute walk now.
Yeah, I just have to wade through 3 minutes of coronavirus, and I can get to Bella's house.
Oh please, this town is a ghost town.
Yeah, it's really weird outside. But see, like, we live in the thick of the hood, and there's always people outside because motherfuckers got places to be.
Movies to sell.
Yeah, I think, like, every day that I've lived here now, I've had something to do outside because now that I live by myself, thank you. I have to do everything for myself.
We got the motherfucking strawberries on deck, y'all.
Yeah, we're eating strawberries, man.
Wow.
We're eating strawberries.
How weird, so am I.
I'm fucking crazy.
It's like we're together. Oh,
I don't really.
Oh, man.
why is it men always lie to me?
I don't know. This sounds like a personal problem. I mean, to be fair, I've also been lied to by Ben, but it doesn't affect me as much. If a guy lies to me, I'm just like, oh.
I am the one who lies.
I've told lies in the past. I think the most important part about lying is feeling bad about it.
And also keeping track of the facts and what you're telling.
Nah, that's not as important.
On that topic, I read that strawberries help with podcasts if you eat them.
It's filled with what?
It helps with podcasts.
Oh, yeah. Strawberries are filled with vitamin P.
Yeah.
Penis?
No, for podcast, you sick and depraved creature.
Mm-hmm.
You Lilith of the underbelly of society.
Lilith is the Lilith of the underbelly of society.
Right, but if she had to compare herself to someone, she'd use you.
I'll take it.
Yeah, Lilith would be like, I'm really small potatoes in the face of Danny.
I mean, honestly, like, high praise.
She's like, that bitch kicks me out of all the group chats that we're both in.
No, she starts it, yo.
Yeah, Lilith is one of those annoying people that starts a group chat with sincere intentions to talk to everyone in the group chat, which isn't bad, that's what they're for, but she does chain messages in group chats.
Okay.
Yeah, she still does those. That's what makes her annoying.
Wow.
Total bitch.
One asshole.
Hot though.
It's on site if I see that bitch, I swear to God.
You don't gotta fight her.
Why the fuck not?
You just hook up with her.
You right.
Yeah.
It's a duality.
Yeah, the duality of Lilith. An A&E original series. Yes.
A&E.
So did you know, Eddie, that separate but equal textbooks, they're no longer being made?
What? How come?
So what had happened was, and what's gonna blow your mind, it's loosely related to your boy Andrew Yang.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, so separate but equal textbooks, doing just fine, creating textbooks. Nowadays, they're really only making textbooks for like 3 states, Alabama, Kentucky, and Southside Chicago. So they're making their textbooks, they're still doing their thing, and then Andrew Yang drops out of the race. Now, apparently, the CEO of Separate but Equal Textbooks had a bet going with the CEO of High Fiber Diets. CEO of High Fiber Diets pretty much like went all in on Andrew Yang dropping out of the race before Easter. And the guy was like, no, he's going to win the general. Long story short, you know the deal. Andrew Yang dropped out of the race. Separate but Equal Textbooks is forced to shutter their doors.
All right.
Yeah, but thankfully he endorsed Joe Biden, Andrew Yang did, who is a big fan of separate but equal textbooks.
Like a traitor.
Yeah.
Yep. Apparently, he dropped out with the promise that he'd get a cabinet seat.
Can I make an announcement? The name of that podcast brought to you by the fact that Bernie Sanders is still in the race.
Yeah, the name of that podcast is brought to you by that. So, I gotta let you guys know something. I've been really sad recently.
No.
Yeah, I've been pretty sad, pretty bummed out. I'm sad that I didn't get coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
because I wanted to get sick. I wanted everybody to get like really scared. Want my community to be like concerned for my well-being.
There are easier ways to get attention.
I didn't want to go seek it out. I just wanted it to find me.
I'm about to find you when this microphone goes off.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted to get coronavirus and everybody be like, "Oh no, Alton, he's sick. He's dying." GoFundMe.
Patreon?
Yeah, and I'm
Oh
like,
my god, that's my favorite
and they're
aviation.
like, "What's the money gonna go towards?" The money's gonna go towards Alton. We're gonna get him stuff.
Oh.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
What kind of stuff are we gonna get him?
We're gonna get him drugs, alcohol,
He already has these things.
human flesh.
He already has
Human
these
flesh?
things.
Who's that, Eddie?
Oh. Did you hear that?
Yeah, who do you have over there?
Are you cheating on us, Eddie?
It's me, Jordan Peterson.
What's the name of that disembodied voice over the phone?
Jordan Peterson in the house.
Jordan Peterson, how you been, buddy? It's been a while.
Oh, I've had a bite when everyone is too infected, so I've been very weary.
I was going to actually ask you about that. How's finding a meal been since the quarantine?
Oh, it's not good. I've been browsing gyms and storefronts for the healthiest specimens that I can find to suck and strip their blood.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate though because most gyms are closed. Pretty much all gyms are closed.
They are. That's why I haven't had much success
Nothing's
in my
closed.
travel.
So I do hear that Wegmans, the name of that podcast brought to you by Wegmans, that is Wegmans has a healthy produce section that a lot of plant-based vegans like to carouse.
As opposed to what,
You know,
meat-based vegans?
I do like to cheat.
Yes, I hear they're the best to eat. If you're gonna eat meat, I say go plant-based, sustainable plant-based meat.
I like to cut up some onions and throw them in with the human body parts that I find in the streets and hospitals and funeral homes.
That's real good
So
stuff.
I found them right over the phone.
That's real good stuff, Jordan. Why don't you go ahead and give Eddie back his phone and you get back to making dinner for you two?
I'll never give it back to... Fucking asshole.
I fucking hate that guy. Is he still up? Can he hear me?
He's all the way. He's scurried.
Fuck Jordan Peterson. I got something he can eat. My dick.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, piece of shit. Asshole.
Do you really want to risk Jordan Peterson giving you corona?
I don't want Jordan Peterson truly eating my dick. Yeah, Danny, no.
Is that how you want the corona to happen, Alton?
I don't actually want it. Yes, guys, you heard it here first. Danny, registered physician, has just informed me that you can and will get coronavirus if Jordan Peterson eats your penis.
It's science.
Oh, he just scurried off in your direction, I think.
Well, let him come. I don't think a wealthy white capitalist Canadian will do well in my neighborhood.
If he dies, he dies.
Maybe he does really well in my neighborhood because he looks like an authoritative figure.
Authoritative figures don't do well in this neighborhood.
Yeah, you would think so. I think there's like an inherent risk with attacking someone of a higher class than you that you like take into consideration before you do it. You're just like, hey, I might really do some hard time if I attack this Richie Rich, but I can attack this other poor person.
Yeah.
Did you just
you're right.
explain how wealth disparity induces violence in poor neighborhoods?
Watch Parasite.
I wish y'all could see the really intense look he just gave me.
Yeah, no, I gave her a really intense look, and it looks even more intense because I'm pointing a cigarette at her. It's not lit yet. Like, it's in my mouth, and every time I want to say, I pull it out of my mouth, and I get more intense. Like, listen, bitch.
You want another strawberry before I kill these bitches?
Nah, kill the strawberries.
Like a plant-based vegan.
Have some berries.
Have some berries.
Sour Bill, I want berries.
I got COVID.
King COVID.
King COVID. Have some pills.
So speaking of kings, I've been reading Game of Thrones, right? So I want to talk about what I've been reading because, like, that's the point of it.
And this is what I'm here for.
Right, this is why Danny's here. Danny's not here. We're not doing, like, you know, fucking couples quarantine or nothing like that. We're talking about Game of Thrones.
I am a certified maester. I have many links.
Yeah, Danny is a Grandmaster Pycelle.
Excuse you.
Yeah, so, like, I know that he's a bitch. And, like, he's a coward, but that's not the reason why he's a bitch.
I'm not a
You got
coward.
hairy legs.
What are you, my boss, calling me a coward?
Yeah, Grandmaster Pycelle is a snitch.
You a snitch.
He's the feds. He works for the Lannisters. Spoiler alert.
The book's been out for what, like 15 years?
The first book came out in 98. Get bent.
Well, I said 15 years for the second
Not you.
one.
You don't get bent.
I get bent a lot out of shape, but like not in a good way.
Yeah, you just did.
I know.
Anyway, Game of Thrones has been really good. So where I'm at right now, Renly is moving. Stannis is moving.
Oh, we're making moves.
Yeah, in the show, I already know that Renly dies.
A
I know
king dies?
a king dies.
Wow.
Wow, who'd have thunk it? And guess what? I find out that another king dies after. At least one more.
Really?
At least one more.
Wow.
Actually, in the first episode, half a king dies.
Really?
Yeah. That's a thinker.
You ain't shit.
But it's been really fun. I've been having a lot of fun, like, watching Bran be, like, the quote-unquote Lord of Winterfell. What that comes with as far as being 8 years old.
You know, he baby.
You know, he's 8 years old. They're like, sit in the seat where your father sat.
Don't say anything unless we fucking tell you to.
Yeah, who are those kids? I don't like the kids that he
Reeds?
has to... Nah, the phrase. They both have the same name.
Walder.
Walders. The Walders. I don't like those
The
guys.
big one's big, or the big one's little and the little one's big.
Yeah, the big one's little and the little one's big, and they're both mean to Hodor, so we'll see what happens.
Right, little twats they are.
Right. Theon Greyjoy went back to the Iron Islands.
Whoa.
Back to Pike.
Yeah.
Castle Pike, where his father, Balon Greyjoy, was looking all old, white-haired, and scary looking.
As they are wont to do on the Iron Islands.
Yeah, the Iron Islands with their iron wives and their fish wives and their sand wives.
It's it's rock wife and salt
Lot of
wives.
A lot of wives.
And they're
rock
all-
salt wives,
Do not want to be a salt wife.
crushed red pepper flake wives, cayenne pepper wives.
They don't have seasonings on the Iron Islands.
They don't have seasonings on the Iron Islands.
They have salt and they have spite. That's it.
That sounds like someone from the Iron Islands. We don't season on the Iron Islands.
We do not season.
We have salt.
The words of House Greyjoy is we do not season.
We have salt.
Who brought the blue cheese?
Well, off with their heads. Yes, my lord. You really gotta. So I've been listening to the audiobook, and you really gotta listen to the characters and how the guy.
Roy Daughtry.
What's his name?
Roy Daughtry.
Roy Daughtry.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
So Roy Daughtry, he does all these really fun voices when he's doing the books. I like the voice he does for Varys. It sounds like he puffs his chest, or no, it sounds like he puffs his collar, like an iguana.
The Lannisters are Welsh for some reason.
Varys sounds like this. Yes, my lord. No, Ned Stark, that would not be very wise of you. Have some wine, Ned.
For reference, those at home, he is in fact puffing up his collar.
My lord, my lord. my shoulders are where my ears go, my lord.
And then, like, Tyrion is just Welsh as all fuck.
Tyrion's like, yes, sir. Lannister always pays his debts. Help me with my road.
Okay, so I'm listening to the audiobook too. What'd you say, Eddie?
He sounds like a little Popeye.
He does.
So I'm listening to the audiobook too for the first time, and I've heard on Reddit of you were not able to confirm that apparently during the scene with Danny and Drogo where they consummate the marriage, they do some primal sex screeches for Drogo? Yeah. Eddie, do the thing. Do the roll. Do the roll.
That's Khal Drogo.
Drogo.
Yeah, we worked with Khal Drogo. We took him for granted.
I miss Khal Drogo.
Yeah, Khal Drogo died. That was pretty good. I liked the way he died. Not that I disliked the character.
You mean like a bitch? I loved it.
Well, no, I liked the way he died because
His own ignorance killed him.
well, not even on a thematic standpoint. It was a cool death. I liked the way it was ironic from Daenerys' perspective. And also, I think Django also said that to somebody in his movie. I like the way you die, boy.
I haven't seen Django yet.
You haven't seen Django Unchained yet?
No.
Wow.
I need to.
Who are you?
I am me.
Out and watch this, out and watch that. Hasn't seen Django Unchained.
Oh my god, shut up.
Does she even know who I am?
If you haven't seen Django Unchained, you're a racist.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
no,
how
my
I
parents'
feel.
bloodline is seeping through me.
It's your fault. That's what you get. You've heard that.
I was raised by Republicans. Leave me alone.
Raised by Republicans, Memoirs of an Ex-Racist.
Don't put that on me. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Too late.
I'm Mitch McConnell, and I don't endorse that statement.
No, I'm Mitch McConnell, and the name of that podcast is brought to you by me, Mitch McConnell's Terrarium Emporium. Everything you need, fresh lettuce and carrots.
That's where you can get them.
Radishes too?
The Democrats will pay double.
I can't go there.
Hey, have you gotten your stimulus check yet, Eddie?
Ooh.
No.
Come on, government, get your act together. I want my
God,
money.
dead ass. What the fuck?
You owe me
I got
money.
my stipend check. My Mike stipend check.
We're about to all get reparations. Do you realize this?
Even the white people.
Yeah.
What are you doing to my cup? Oh, that's just Oreo crumbs.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it off the table.
I thought Danny was wiping resin onto the lip of one of my drinking cups. Turns out she was just getting Oreos all over the goddamn desk.
Leave me be. Why you gotta be snitching at all times?
I don't know which one I would have rather preferred anymore.
Oreo crumbs.
Yeah, honestly, bitch.
Why would you
So-
call me that much?
I think one of our coworkers had their kid, Eddie. Well, they weren't pregnant, but their wife had their kid, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just guessing. So if you're listening, congratulations, buddy. What was once inside of the body is now outside of the body, and it is now a child. Well, it always was a child.
Wait,
so.
what? I'm sorry. I had to.
So, like, when do you do you just have to say congratulations, like, every time? It's like, okay, we're
What,
pregnant.
pregnant?
Yeah, okay, so, like, we're pregnant and we're keeping it, right? Congratulations. We're pregnant and we're keeping it. And then the next step is we had the baby. Congratulations again? Like, do I do that?
Okay, so like the total relatable me. At what age do I stop saying "oh no" when my friends get pregnant? And so far, other than Bobby and Karina, I have not once had the thought where it wasn't "oh no."
Well, no, that's not what I'm wondering. I'm wondering, like, how many times do I say congratulations? Like, we're keeping it. Nice. And then, like, if anything bad happens after that, like, that's undesirable. And I'm like,
You
anything...
got too many one-ups.
Yeah, I'm like, honestly, it's like, congratulations the moment you decide you're going to keep it. And I'm not going
That's
to...
called the quickening.
And congratulations, and that's going to cover all of them. The rest of them, like having the birth, the first birthday, graduation, yeah. Because anything from that baby being conceived to it dying of natural causes, as an adult.
I was about to say.
If anything bad happens in between that, that's tragic, and that doesn't deserve a congratulations.
Ooh, hot take.
Do you think a doctor has ever gotten to the point where he's like, we found an egg, we don't know how it got there, would you like to keep it?
It's like, yeah, do I have to pay for it? No.
This one's on the house.
This one's on the house.
Well, Alton will if you're playing white.
What'd you say?
I said Alton will pay for it if you're playing the game white.
You got damn right. You got to give me 10% of your paycheck.
That's right.
I know how much you get paid, $20,000.
Ooh, out here, out in people's salaries.
Yep, that's right. So I've been playing a lot of Pokemon because I don't have internet. Yeah, I actually had to buy Hotspot on my phone so I could do this podcast today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So the name of that podcast could really use some money.
Donate to our Patreon.
Yep, so we're actually starting a charity today, Eddie. I didn't run it by you because this is an improv show.
Oh.
Yeah, so the name of that podcast would like to help fight against COVID-19.
You ain't shit.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna open up a Patreon, and this Patreon is gonna have different tiers, right? And we've mentioned this before. You got Sarah tier, right? You're an average listener and you wear makeup. Then there's a Tyler tier, where you're an average listener and your name is Tyler.
I was gonna say Andrew Tyler.
Yep. Then there's a Texas tier, where you listen to the name of that podcast, and we can have some really long conversations about what we believe in. And then there's the ultimate Kenny tier, which is still unattainable because you have to be a listener and Kenny, which is really hard to do.
There's only one slot.
Yeah, so now the name of that Patreon will have a tier after that. It'll be the coronavirus tier. And if you want to pay for coronavirus tier, you get two things. One, assurance that 100% of the proceeds will go to the people on this podcast. Staying indoors, staying safe. Keeping COVID off the streets. And the other thing that you'll get is every 3 days, a random person will come to your door and cough in your mouth.
Oh, people do pay for that.
People pay for it, and that's what's available for you at the name of that podcast, Patreon.
I love that just talking about that made you reach for the fucking hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I definitely just grabbed the hand sanitizer. Here's some COVID-19 ASMR.
It's nothing like that Subway asthma.
Yeah, so I went to Young Man's Pizzeria before the big shutdown.
I didn't make it in time.
Yeah, I went maybe a day before, and I'll share my experience with their hand sanitizer.
Oh.
So I get my food. It was good. I didn't find this out until after I left, though, because first I used the hand sanitizer. And I pick up the little bottle they had. They had like the travel bottle in front of the register.
Yeah.
Squirt some in my hand, and it all happened too fast, I tell you. I grab it, realized it was very liquidy, squirted it into my hand as I realized it was very liquidy.
What was it?
Oh.
So I start to rub it together. I'm like, whatever, right? This shit starts to lather. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This motherfucker put soap out front of the register and a hand sanitizer bottle. And I'm just...
It's the last day. I'm not going out to get another fucking bottle, young man.
Thank you for your patronage. Now please...
But get the fuck out.
Please do not touch the doorknobs on your way out.
Yo, that would have made me physically aggressive.
Yeah, but I'm a really cool guy. I take a lot of things in stride, so I just took that in stride. And
Even if they're dangerous.
yeah, I'm like, hey, you know what? It's soap.
Were you sticky?
It was sticky.
Did you enjoy the sticky?
Speaking of sticky, I was sharing a story the other day. I don't know who I was sharing the story with, but
Probably me.
this will probably be the most candid we get this evening. So one time I was masturbating, and it was probably like the third time in a row, like in this sitting, that I'm talking about. I go for the
Can you
gusto.
go back to this segment after we're done with it and put like plate spinning music?
But like what?
Plate spinning music?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro.
I'll go ahead and do that. But anyway, so I'm beating my meat. Really
Tenderizing the sausage.
really tenderizing the sausage, really janking the Johnson,
Choking chickens.
really wiling the willy, you know, pulling the carrot pop. Yeah, I'm doing this, right? This is like the third time in the sitting, so at this point, I'm like really going at it, right? And it's like, you know, I'm really beaten out for a while, you know, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty good stuff. This is really good. This is really good outing, Alton. You're really putting yourself to task. So
metrics are great.
yeah, my metrics are great. My strokes per minute are through the roof this time around.
He's getting that endurance training, ladies.
Yeah, like I'm actually like getting tired. Yeah.
Winded.
Yeah, dude, like, I'm like, okay, this is really becoming more trouble than it's worth, really. But at this point, I'm like, you know what? I've been doing this for a while, and it's taken even myself a while to make me come, you know? Because, you know, everybody knows you make yourself come the fastest. You know what you want. Anyway, so all of a sudden, like, even,
Wait,
you know,
I think Eddie just died.
yeah, he probably died. He didn't want to hear the end of the story.
I'm here, aren't I?
Unbeknownst to me, here's what happens next. I arrive. So, like, just to like give you an idea of what I'm doing, right? Here I am out, all 6'5", all 300 and maybe 65 pounds of him, right? Laying on his bed, his single bed at the time. Blankets are off because I'm hot.
It's getting vigorous.
Yeah, I don't have my shirt on, and I probably got my drawers around my thighs. It was getting real graphic in here tonight. So I come mid-jerk, right? And what I'm gonna say next isn't really, it's not family friendly, and I'm not proud of this. I'm a little embarrassed to admit it.
Yeah.
I came on my own chest. It was pretty crazy. I was just like, whoa.
That's velocity. You're tall. That's a big torso.
Thank you. It's always nice to get compliments. You know, for your ejaculations. So yeah, I get up, I clean myself up, I go to bed. The end. Yeah, that's the whole story. It was the most
TLDR, Alton came on his own tits.
came on my own tits. After a memorable jerk.
Sometimes you just gotta be your own daddy and come on your own tits.
On accident. And I bet just like a lot of people, they weren't expecting it.
That is how you prevent pregnancy.
Yep, and then the name of that podcast, like I said in the beginning, is brought to you by Safe Sex. It starts with you.
I was about to. You ever just sing so you don't scream?
No.
I do that constantly.
I feel like if I sang as an alternative to screaming, I would just scream while I'm singing.
Like 2008 ETF.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear about that new band when the virus hit over in India?
I did hear about them.
You just almost made him aspirate water.
Yeah, man, I almost aspirated water. So,
Much like the cum shot that landed on your chest.
much like the cum shot that landed on my own chest. My aunt actually wanted my mom to send her an episode. I forgot. I remembered just now. Weird time to remember that.
I'm fucking screaming that you went from coming up. Yeah, just like it landed on my own chest.
Yeah,
and
you know.
my aunt.
You know, while we're on the topic, the name of that podcast is real easy to listen to. You can find it on a multitude of platforms. You can come to youtube.com and watch the name of that podcast on the channel, name of that podcast. And if that's not up your alley, if you'd like to come to Spotify, you can find the name of that podcast on Spotify. And all of that is brought to you by the comings and goings of Anchor.fm, where we upload our podcast. You can also listen to it there. You can arrive on Apple Podcasts and listen to it there, and you can climax on Podbean. Flick your Podbean and listen to the name of that podcast.
Did you just encourage your listeners to ejaculate while they're listening?
You can, if this will get you there.
I'm honored.
I'd say do it. I wouldn't even say I'm honored, depending on who's getting there. If you're ugly, don't jack off to the name of that podcast.
However, if you're pretty,
However, if you're pretty, leave a comment.
make the comment your number.
See the trick here, guys. I discourage a lot of people from masturbating to the name of that podcast. But what I said was, if you're ugly, and beauty's in the eye of the beholder, listeners, and Eddie and Danny.
Love yourself.
Right. So if you think you are ugly, don't do it. Don't even waste your time pulling out your sex organ. But if you think you're pretty and you love yourself and you have a self-worth worth sharing with the world, by all means, get off to the name of that podcast, because we're here to make sure you stay indoors, you stay safe, hydrated, and coming all over yourself.
We want to see your reaction vids, folks.
Yeah, we want to see reaction
As a matter
videos.
of fact, if you've got a vagina, put your phone in right now.
Eddie, you just opened yourself up to a whole can of worms. If you got a vagina, lots of people have a vagina.
Yeah, hey
Is that
man,
what they call it?
that's what they
What?
call it.
I think that's what they medically call it.
That's what the hip young kids are calling them these days.
Vajabius?
I was imagining when you were talking about like the girls like that think they're pretty doing it. They're like, you know what? I am. And then they
That's
do it
what I
and
was
feel
thinking
bad
too.
after.
Hey man, I want guys who think they're pretty to get off to the name of that podcast too. Not that I'd like to.
Just come on your
We like
phone
soft
if you're a
boys
guy.
here at the name of that podcast.
Yeah, honestly, stroke them while you got them. You know.
It's the apocalypse,
Pop one out
guys.
on the phone.
Yeah, really. But I don't want to. I don't want to hear about it. No, I'll hear about it. I don't want to see it. There we go.
We'll still take the review.
Yeah, like you could tell me what your experience was like, because I want to hear from everyone who whips out the name of that podcast and gets off, because it really makes me feel nothing.
Just like everything else.
Oh, you know, yeah. I mean, I think I classify myself, and I think this is really helpful, as a shikamaru type guy. You know.
So you don't respect women and nothing matters to you. Got it.
No, I totally respect women. I don't know if Shikamaru doesn't. That's neither here nor there.
It's actually a part of his character.
I don't give a fuck. I love women.
I love women.
I love women. You bitches is endless.
You motherfuckers is odious. I can't stand you.
I was just called odious.
Odious?
The name of that podcast is brought to you by Odious Odors.
Isn't that Garfield's roommate?
Yeah, Odious.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hey, Eddie.
Yeah.
Mom says if you blow up the house again, she's putting you up for adoption.
Well, that's unfortunate because I'm going to do it.
Well, it's been nice knowing you. Have fun at the foster home. I actually learned the other day that there's a difference between an orphanage and a foster home.
What's the difference?
He was dead waiting.
Dead parents.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, orphans have no parents and no like next of kin to take care of them. Well, I guess you're an orphan once your parents die.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess if only one of your parents dies, though, you're a widow.
No, actually, if one of your parents die, you're still an orphan. It's just only really used for if both your parents are dead. Technically, I'm an orphan.
Okay, and how many parents have you killed?
Killed? That's a non-disclosable number, but...
Well, I just figured you would know more about orphans than I did because of your copious amounts of slain victims. How much is Jordan Peterson paying you?
All right, we gotta cut. Everybody.
I'll pay double for him to stop. We have to
They're
get
doing a run. It's called Endorphins for Orphans.
endorphins for orphans. We'll get you going.
Yeah.
Wait, I do need endorphins.
Yeah, I'll get you some of those. Don't worry.
Ugh, that's not an odious in itself.
I don't know what odious means, so...
I don't either, but I think I'm using it right.
All right. The name of that podcast is also brought to you by Disposable Evidence. Yeah, if you need evidence to get rid of, make sure you get disposable evidence. You use it once and get rid of it. The name of that podcast is also brought to you by Edible Face Masks. Really important in these times.
Coronavirus!
Technically, the ones you have now are edible. Have at it. Chomp down.
Anything's edible if you have enough gumption. Just like nothing is closed if you have enough gumption.
Everything is edible once. Or as they say in Broad City, anybody can be a locksmith. You just gotta want it.
I miss Broad City.
I miss that show too. I can't wait for everything to get back to normal and we can keep watching TV indoors.
Exactly. It's gonna be beautiful because it's gonna be
be
our
great.
choice.
I saw that SNL is gonna film in front of a remote studio audience, so nobody. Yeah, I don't know how that episode's gonna work. Are they gonna just all be at home doing characters? I don't get it.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. Who's the musical guest? Ninja?
Is Bill Hader hosting?
probably.
I Bill hate it. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm really scared.
I don't watch SNL anymore. I literally stopped watching once Bill Hader retired.
That's a really close-minded approach to SNL. Not unlike a lot of other people share about the show, however. So they must be doing something wrong. It's them. They're the problem. Nice. Danny showed me a meme. Sorry, audience. I wish we could show you a picture. Danny thought it'd be a good idea, but the current technology setup doesn't lend itself to showing the audience a picture.
We'll be there eventually, folks. Donate to the Patreon.
Yeah. The Patreon will be there. Click the link below. It's in there. It's totally in there. Put the money in the Patreon, and you get the coronavirus if you put the money in there for that.
But only, you have to pay extra.
Right. Pay extra. You get to cough, or get coughed on. Get coughed on. Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yep, that's right. Hey, I think that's been everything that we can do for the day, and I think that was pretty all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got some really important news out there. We let people know exactly what's going on in the world and put them on the beat.
We
of the
reminded
current
them
events.
about Bernie Sanders still being on the ticket.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck him. I'm bored.
Same.
Politics are
Did
boring.
Aaron Peterson make it to your house yet?
Nah, I don't think he's going to make it to my house. There's plenty of black people to eat outside.
I was just thinking that I think Redbox got him.
Yeah. There's a guy who sells DVDs in our neighborhood. His name's Reggie the Redbox. Yeah, or you can just call him Redbox for short. And if you do that, he'll probably destroy you because he doesn't know that's his name.
He's actually 6 teenagers in a trench coat trying to get into a rated R film so that they can bootleg it and sell it to the public.
Right. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Reggie the Redbox on Butternut Street is actually just 6 teenagers in a trench coat trying to get enough money to buy tickets to a movie so they can pirate that movie and sell it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really, really, really deep operation.
Especially considering the theaters are closed now.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, remember to stay safe, have safe sex if you can manage, and if you can't, come all over yourself because that's a fair alternative.
YOLO.
All right, take it easy, everyone.
Goodbye.